Diets don't work. It's time to dump them for good. They have a 95% failure rate. And if you do shed pounds while you're on them, they're so likely to come back. And with more, they are rules. And the message of diets, traditional ones, is this: you're out of control. And so you need to follow the rules of this diet. The fact is, the more we diet, the heavier we become as a nation. Since the 1960s, men and women have become heavier and heavier, 30 pounds more for both genders since the 60s. And now the obesity rate in this nation is between 40 and 50%. And it's even happening to kids. It's tragic. The only thing that consistently works is the marketing of diets. I took a quick look on Amazon the other day, and already this year, and we're not even at the end of March when I'm making this recording, there were 942 best-selling diet books available on Amazon. It's incredible, overwhelming, and people are confused. And so really, it's just the marketing of diets that's working right now. So I'm Coach Gayle, and this is part one of Dumping Diets for Good. I hope you'll listen to part two, where I chat with white-powered clients, Laura and Jean, who collectively have shed 175 pounds by saying no to diets. It's a really compelling conversation, and it was a Zoom conversation that we just had. And I didn't record part one, where I talked to you a little bit of intro about this topic. So just wanted to record the intro here and encourage you to listen on that conversation. So if you don't know me, I am Coach Gayle. I'm a certified whole health coach, behavior change specialist, and personal fitness trainer. And I've been coaching women this is my 9th year, empowering them and couples who are mostly in midlife. And I've been coaching them to say no to diets and say yes to themselves, and empowering themselves, to trust their bodies, and to just say no to the entire diet industry and say no to the gimmicks. And I wanted to say also that I proudly do not represent any products. I don't prescribe meal plans, any prepackaged anything, and I'm completely independent. And what I do is I help people find their internal motivation and reorient their compass to healthier living. And I encourage them to find their why. And instead of trying to rely on willpower to make changes, I help them get into better balance with their health habits and rely on a stronger mindset. So I believe that for a fit body, we need to have a fit mind. So the pillars of whole health: mindset, making healthier whole food choices, getting and staying more physically active, and better managing our stress. So these are challenging things to do, but absolutely possible when we take small daily steps to reorient those health habits, figure out what our triggers are, and better manage our environments. Our environments set us up to be unhealthy, but when we can figure out what those triggers are and say no to the false friends that are in our environments that are constantly inviting us to be unhealthy, we can reorient our compass to healthier living. We have to be intentionally healthy. Otherwise, we're going to constantly be falling into those traps, to be sedentary and stressed and unhealthy. So I help you be in charge of your weight and your wellness. And so you can be more energetic, more confident, and healthy in your body, your most precious physical asset, especially as you age. And I say, forget about aging with grace, do it with a vengeance. So we say no to diets because they consume our energy. They lead us to cravings. They're unsustainable, and they generally do not address the reasons why people overeat. They're an external authority, and they move us away from listening to our bodies and what our bodies need and want. So I help you learn to listen and trust your body's signals. And it can be scary at first, but it's absolutely possible. And if you listen to that part 2 of the Dump Diets for Good recording, where Jean and Laura talk about their experience with coaching, you'll have a better understanding. But when we give ourselves permission to eat what is nourishing, it's so much more satisfying when we become more mindful of our choices, and we can do that without guilt. We can move towards kindness and compassion towards ourselves. We can feel empowered, and we can move away from trying to beat ourselves into change. One of the things that I help people see is that, we can't just be always beating ourselves into a place of change. It just doesn't work. I know I tried it for years. And, I think about the funny axiom of, the beatings will continue until motivation improves. It just does not work. So I help women in midlife adopt new, healthier habits, simple habits, daily shifts that add up to monumental changes over time. And together we build those habits to shift out of self-defeating patterns, and take charge of what overwhelms you, and understand what drives you to eat when you aren't physically hungry. So check out that recording, part 2 of Dump Diets for Good, and reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation with you about what is tripping you up and how you can step out of the self-sabotaging mode. I'm health coach Gayle of Y-Powered Whole Health Coaching, and just keep saying no to diets. And I'd love to talk to you about what a partnership with me would look like. I can help you break out of diet jail. Take good care now.